One, two, three, four, five. It's an episode of Loathsome Things, a horror movie podcast with this voice that you've already heard now for a few seconds, named Josh, and that voice, which you have not yet heard, named John. John, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Hi, Josh.
Hi.
Yeah, well, we just went to war a day ago. And, that was, shit. And, not me personally, I didn't go to war. But, yeah. But, other than that, yeah, I'm doing okay. I guess, sort of. How about yourself?
I don't know. I just heard about that on the phone, like a few minutes ago. My dad called and talked about how, like, everyone's at war all of a sudden. I haven't looked at the news. So that's really happening? That's
the
really
U.S. Yeah, the U.S. and Israel are bombarding strategic locations in Iran right now, and Iran is retaliating by bombing every Western ally in the region, including Israel. So, yeah, so it'll just get worse, I'm sure. And Trump has already said that American lives will likely be lost, which people are assuming means the giant mass or buildup of American forces in the Middle East are going to be used on the ground. So we'll see.
Oh, good. Well, good.
A regional war. Won't that be fun?
Oh, on the ground. Hey, you know what? I bet there are a whole bunch of people that signed up for ICE. Really the crust of American goodness that you could probably just transfer their employment over to grunts and deliver ICE to the Middle East.
Give them red-shirted uniforms and cut them loose.
Yeah. Just give them a gun and one clip.
That's all you need. A hair clip and a gun.
Oh, a green beret.
Oh shit, they're gonna be good.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. I am totally down for that. Okay. Anyway. Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm down for the clips.
Yeah, let's go full clips.
Clip Valanche.
Oh, Bruce Valanche.
Whoa.
So John, I heard through the grapevine, and by the grapevine, I mean, email newsletter / blog service that you finished your Black History Month of music.
the February shit lists are complete.
So how is that left you feeling? I know that like there's a lot you're not going to say on here because you've been, edging that load for your Substack, but other than all of that, how you doing?
It's been brutal. Yesterday was particularly brutal because I just kind of took every recommendation thrown my way and just kept adding it to my list until I ended up with 47 songs for that day. Plus, one of them was a 2-hour Kmart, it said 2013, but I believe it was from 1974 in-store Christmas program. So it was basically just a fuckload of really bad instrumental Christmas music. I mean, bad in the sense that it was instrumental Christmas music. Interspersed with the occasional, "Attention Kmart shoppers, smoking is not permitted by the staff any place on the sales floor except the employee lounge."
Oh. Jesus. Yeah. That's gotta be the 70s.
It was great. "Attention Kmart shoppers, code 130, which I think might be the "we need security" code, because whoever put it together obviously had a sense of humor. But I listened to all 2 hours of that yesterday while getting my final hours of training from the guy that's worked there for 8 years in the shipping department and gave us a week's notice, and I had 4 days to learn how to do international shipping. Be- because in his final week, he somehow managed to take a day off.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. almost never went a week without taking off a day. Took off Wednesday on the most important week of his employment. Yeah.
Oh, what a champion.
So my boss is like, so how do you feel? You feel pretty good about it? And I'm like, no, there's a lot. That's like, do you think it took him 4 days to figure out how to do all this shit? There's every single time you do an international shipment, there's like 500 things you have to do. You have to get an international trade certificate or whatever, and you have to file through customs, and you have to, run it through this website to make sure the vendor isn't, denied through the government, and it just goes on and on. There's all this shit you have to do, and you have to have access to the website that's maintained by it's called the ACE Secure website, and it's run by the Census Bureau. I don't know why, but it's for international trade. So in order to get it approved through the government, you have to run it through the ACE Secure website. Well, in order to do that, you have to have a login. In order to do that, you have to fill out some form on Google. Then you send that to them, and then they get back to you with instructions on how to log in. I did that Monday and still haven't heard back. So we may not be able to ship internationally until I get that. Well, we won't be able to until we get that going because the dude is gone. So, and that's not my job. My job is a different job. So then I get to train the new guy who starts Monday, the same guy they laid off 3 weeks ago because business was bad. And now they're bringing him back because this idiot quit at the beginning of Monday. He's not an idiot. He's a nice guy, but he's an idiot because he left us in the lurch. So, so I was like, well, you should call Scott because he's just sitting around with his thumb up his ass right now. So they did, and he's coming back, but he has no idea how to do the job. And I have kind of an idea. And together, we still won't have much of an idea how to do the job that I can't access. Rape.
Nice. Jesus Christ.
So while that was going on, I'm like in between, they're like, hey, John, are you ready to work on that thing? And in my mind, I'm like, hold on right now. Right now I'm listening to Candy by Mandy Moore. So let me get that through this.
Wait, give me a second. I'm listening to 2 hours of the Target in-store play.
I'm listening to, and this isn't even a joke, a song called Staple Tapeworms to My Penis.
Oh, man, is that King Missile?
I know, it's some band called something, Passenger Shit.
Oh, man, nice. Did you end up listening to the album that you made the album art for? The one where the dude just made the whole album out of noises that his body could make?
Oh, God, no, I forgot to do that. That would have been great. That's actually, a friend of mine, of course. I've completely forgot about it. Oh, well, guess I don't have to listen to it again.
Oh, well, if only today wasn't the final day of February.
That's all right. I already made a new rule that I don't do it on the weekend for my mental health.
I know. It's not even a new rule anymore, John.
I finished the whole thing out with Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. That was my final song.
Yeah. Nice.
And after I had listened to everything...
that song's really good sped up.
Well, compared to everything else I had listened to throughout the day, that song sounded kick-ass.
Nice, yeah. I mean, it's a bop. That's,
I was I don't want to tell you how, woo!
I mean, that kind of breaks your rule of not listening to music that you like, because if I'm not mistaken, didn't you go to a Rick Astley concert unironically and not a long time ago?
No, I've never been to a Rick Astley concert, but I did start a petition on change.org or Move On or whatever the fuck it was a couple of years back to try to get my band to open for his.
Nice.
Needless to say, nobody signed it, so it was fine.
I mean, it's a really important for America petition.
Sure.
Yeah.
And some local band that doesn't like Rick Astley gets to open for Rick Astley.
He just wants to tell you how he's feeling.
Yeah, I mean, he never wants to give you up.
Yeah. Oh, man. So in 2020, January 2020, so, there wasn't a pandemic yet, one of my colleagues quit. He called in that Monday. He was like, hey, I quit. I'm never coming in again. And so then his boss came to me and was like, hey, Josh, do you want to be the administrator for this system? And I was like, I mean, I could probably learn how to do that. This guy doesn't want to do it anymore? He's like, no, he doesn't want to do it anymore. He quit. And so I agreed to do it a little bit before knowing that I was going to have to learn from zero. So that guy was still logged into Slack. So I was like, hey, apparently you quit and now I'm the administrator for that thing. How does it work? And he was like, oh, there's training videos. You'll be fine. Never heard from him again.
What a mensch.
What a great boy. Oh. Speaking of boy, John, why are we talking today?
Oh, boy. We're talking about a wee little film that has garnered, I believe, the most amount of Oscar nominations of any film ever. That probably means they won't win any.
Yeah.
Why, we're talking about none other than Ryan Coogler's Sinners.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What is that, 2024, I think?
2025.
25, yeah. Yeah, a fine film. And, one that I knew we'd eventually cover. So, hey, now's the time.
Now's the time. Especially, I figured it would be good for you to have these final 2 weeks of February when you're listening to the worst music in the world that you can find to at least watch a movie featuring some pretty kick-ass music.
Yeah, that's true. That is a much, well, I was going to say saving grace, but I really like the movie. But yeah, that definitely added to the appeal for sure.
Yeah. Just so that y'all aren't sitting on the edge of your headphones, I also really liked the movie. So we've got that out of the way. Now we can just talk about everything we hate about the movie.
Oh, yeah. Let's get it on.
Let's see. Ryan Coogler, if you don't know who that is or think that his name sounds funny, he has directed films that include Fruitvale Station, Creed, Black Panther, and the upcoming X-Files reboot. All of those star Michael B. Jordan, except maybe the X-Files reboot.
Yeah, I forget. I don't forget. I don't think I recognize the name of at least the guy that they were like, this just in, this guy signed on to the X-Files reboot. It was like, great, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah. His name is David Bubovny.
Oh, okay. And alien Janandergrans.
Whoa!
Sure.
Yeah. Splendid. Yeah, and so I was excited for, the Black Panther guy to, do a X-Files reboot, but then watching this movie and seeing, the level of Easter eggs and layers of symbolism and all of that, now I am super duper stokey balls for Ryan Coogler's X-Files.
Yeah, he's obviously a fanboy, so I think he's gonna have fun with it for sure, especially coming off the heels of this. I mean, I've got to imagine he'll get all the money he wants to make it.
Oh, so. Man, yeah. He's going to get that big Hulu money.
Oh, man, just put it right here. Wait.
And this movie, of course, stars Michael B. Jordan twice as both Smoke and Stack, the twin Smokestack brothers. He is, as we mentioned, in basically every Ryan Coogler movie, and he also directed Creed 3.
Correct.
Fine-looking gentleman with one of the greatest mustaches in Hollywood.
A wonderful stash.
Yeah.
Both of them.
You really must stash Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, for sure.
Both of them.
Must stash.
Then we also have Miles Caton as Sammy. He is a not Robert Johnson blues kiddo.
Mm-hmm.
And this is his motion film debut.
And he did a fine job.
Yeah, and damn does he have a voice.
Yeah, no shit.
We've also got Wunmi Mosaku as Annie. We last saw her in His House, and then she's also one of my favorite roles of hers, Azzy, the main character in Scavenger's Reign.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. Heavy recommend on Scavenger's Reign as well. It's fucking fantastic.
Cool.
Jack O'Connell plays Remick, the vampire, and he is apparently in the new 28 Years Later movies as, like, the guy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, some crazy guy with blonde hair.
Yeah, some Irish dude.
Yeah.
His name is Jack O'Connell, and they're like, we're gonna cast you as an Irish guy. He was like, okay.
Cack O'Johnell.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then Haley Steinfeld as Mary. You probably know her from her role as Gwen Stacy or Spider-Gwen in the Spider-Verse films, and she also plays Emily Dickinson in the TV series Dickinson.
Yeah. Gwen Steinfani.
Yeah! Oh, nice. I have not seen Dickinson. I don't know if it's good. I
haven't seen it, sorry. Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
What is it?
It seems like a bad idea.
Oh, is it like a period thing or something?
It's like a TV show from the people who brought you that shitty one about the football coach in England, but what if it was like Emily Dickinson's real life, but a TV show, so she doesn't just hide in her room all day.
Emily Dickinson, the extrovert.
Yeah, that sexy social butterfly, Emily Dickinson.
Nice.
Watch her cavort around the landscape.
Cavort.
And it also stars a whole bunch of other people, just like a crap ton of other people, just showing up,
kicking ass.
Yeah, kicking ass. And then at the end, we get Buddy Guy playing Sammy as old guy in the 90s playing just really kick-ass electric guitar blues music.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. They're like, hey, buddy, can we put some schmutz on your face and make it look like you have a giant vampire claw scar? And he was like, okay, yeah.
Works for me.
Yeah.
I'll forget this in the morning.
Exactly. It's like, I did what? Okay. Academy Award.
Right.
And yeah, so I think going through and doing a full summary of this movie would be doing each other a disservice, because I feel like we're going to have more that we want to talk about than just what exactly happened. Yeah. So, I'm going to do a quick rundown, and then let's just talk about the things that we liked or didn't like or whatever. So, we've got the Smokestack Twins. They are from the Mississippi Delta, but they left all of the bad shit from home, went to Chicago, and made a bunch of money by stealing from the Irish and the Italian mafias. Brought that all with them back home and bought a sawmill from Surprise, Ku Klux Klan members. They're going to start a juke joint in there. They go through and they like bring a cast of characters to work at the juke joint for opening night. That includes Sammy, who's their little cousin, who is now a sexy guitar playing stud. that includes one Masaku's Annie, which is Smoke's former lover and the mother of his baby that didn't make it. And they're still hot and heavy for each other, but there's also like that you left tension, and she does like Gandalf style magic, which is pretty fucking rad. And there's all kinds of people there. Mary is Stack's ex-flame from before. She passes for white and is like 1/8 black or something like that, but was raised and is considered family. All of this stuff. There's also the Chinese couple that run 2 grocery stores, one on the white side of the street, one on the black side of the street. You see where this is going.
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler has said that he's a big fan of From Dusk Till Dawn. He's also a big fan of The Faculty, so we get all of these homages in there. Apparently the inspiration from this film came from a Metallica song that he was listening to. That was not my favorite detail.
Yeah, that's odd.
Oh, no.
Whatever works, I guess.
I mean, it got us here, so thank you, Metallica? Yeah. And so they start up this thing, and but in the meanwhile, an Irish vampire has been making his way into town. He gets a Klansman and his wife into his little mind meld party. And so when everyone's showing up and having a good time at the juke joint, they show up with like banjo fiddle time, and they do a very cultural appropriation-y white people rendition of a blues song that includes a lot of words that would be inappropriate for them to say. And so Smoke says, no, stop the song right there. And then, Remick is like, oh, but it was just about to get good, which was a fun little detail. Mm-hmm. Lots of little, like, fun Easter eggs like that all throughout this movie. So then it, turns out they're vampires and they're waiting outside. They're sieging the place because Remick wants Sammy, because Sammy has magic music. He's like what you might call The Shining, but if The Shining was musical. Right. And so he can connect, his music can connect with the past and with the future. We get this awesome scene where he's playing music and like Parliament shows up for a second, and all of this great stuff happens in there. And Remick wants to harness his power so that he can go back and see his Irish culture again from before the Christians made it what they did. Mm-hmm. But it's all a big stand-in. Also, Sammy has problems with his dad, who's a preacher, and his dad doesn't want him to play all of this sinful music. The movie is called Sinners, and all of these people in here are getting drunk and getting erotic and doing cunnilingus, and it's all sinful. And so they start falling one by one. Eventually, Stack gets chomped by his passing girlfriend, and the Chinese woman's husband gets eaten, and so she gets real mad. They threaten her daughter, and so she says, "Come on in, you motherfuckers," and invites all of them in. So then they have this big, like, gun-shooting Molotov cocktail battle that doesn't make any sense, but it's amazing. No. Mm-hmm. And we end up with, like, Remick getting killed by the son after Smoke stakes him, but he was about to do, like, a whole, like, baptism on Sammy. Just really top-notch shit. The silver plate of his awesome guitar gets wedged in the vampire's face, and it's just incredible stuff. And then there's a scene where Smoke goes and kills all of the Ku Klux Klan with his trunk full of World War One guns and stuff, and then we head to the future. Sammy is now Buddy Guy with schmutz on his face, and Stack and Stack and Mary show up. Yeah, it's 1993, and they are dressed like it's 1993, and they show up and talk to Sammy. But it's like, oh yeah, smoke wouldn't kill me. He just said I had to leave you alone. So we wanted to see how you're doing now that you smell like death. And then they praise his music, and he plays the guitar, and the movie's over. Yeah. Is that a good summary?
Yeah, that works. That will do just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't really have anything else to say about the movie.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Well, that was a short one.
Episode over.
Oh, man, nailed it. Yeah, well, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So it's all, like, unpacking. Like, there are so many layers of things going on. Like, the first maybe 3 times I watched this movie, there was all kinds of things I wasn't catching. So you can watch this movie, like, straightforward, like, without symbolic consciousness, and it still holds together as a great film. But then you can also watch it as, like, it being this huge mythologue tale, where it's obvious that these people aren't individual narrative characters, but are rather stand-ins for all of these greater symbolic ideas that then are interplaying with each other. Kind of like a movie that obviously inspired this, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?, which was an adaptation of the Odyssey, and, you know, it just was playing out that way. Here we've got it again, where it's like, these characters aren't really these characters, they're these big symbolic ideas of things, and it's fantastic. And even once you open up that, like, what message you take away from this movie can really change with, like, what you're focusing on, and you know, there's a lot of different reading. There's a lot of college essays that are going to be coming out on this movie for years to come, nitpicking all of these little points and, like, finding the little nuances, because Ryan Coogler went all out on this movie. He was like, let's make everything fucking meaningful and amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's an obvious commentary on, like, you know, Jim Crow South and racism, and, you know, I mean, those things are pretty upfront. But like, I'm looking over a couple things. Like, there's a mention of the sawmill, how the floor on the sawmill is covered in blood, and you can be considered a reminder of generational trauma, which is a big part of this film, and violence in the American South. You've got, like, the kid whose dad is a preacher, but you know, he's torn between the juke joint, which is supposed to be this place of sin, but is also a place that protects culture and transfers history. And then the church, which is supposed to, of course, be the house of God, but is also restrictive, and, you know, this kind of tension between the two, and his decisions and how it affects things. You have the whole concept of him as, like, his music is able to pierce the veil, and, like, they originally think that his guitar came from Charlie Patton, the old blues musician, and then it turns out that it came from, what was it, the brother's father or something like that.
Yeah, it was their dad's guitar.
And so so that turns out that the guitar is sort of like this transformational tool that's able to pass the trauma and history and the power of, you know, their music down through generations, and ultimately that's what ends up, you know, defeating the Irish vampire and his clan.
Yeah.
And then the other actual clan. Well, but guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really tremendous. Yeah, like the floor, because they even, like, whenever they're selling it, he's like, y'all washed these floors, why'd y'all wash the floors? And the Klansman guy like just spits on it, implying that we had to wash it because people spit on it or whatever. He said it's a lumber mill, but then there's the implication that maybe they've been doing massacres of black people there in the past, which is, yeah.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
exactly, the kind of thing that they do.
Yeah.
Fucking douchebags.
And there's all of this stuff. Like, the last time I watched it, I finally picked up on the thing that was in here where it's like, oh, the vampires are also just an analog for Christianity, which I hadn't gotten the first several times I watched this movie, where it's just like, oh yeah, Christianity is just another form of colonialism, and you're seeing it like take over people around you, and like people are just getting sucked up into this other thing that also wants you. And so you've got like, the slave traders that originally exploited, then you've got the slave owners, and then the KKK, and then the people leading the sharecropping nonsense, the Jim Crow dudes. Then you've got Christianity as being another way of exploiting black people, and then at the end of the movie, we get this one where it's like, oh yeah, even after all of those things are gone, here's also the music industry still exploiting people, and possibly, maybe just a little bit of an implication of the movie industry as well.
Yes. And then there's, of course, the really subtle, the idea of a bunch of white vampires coming in to bring the suck to the joyous black culture.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We've come to suck all of the life out of your culture.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and they do a great job with these vampires. Like, if you had told me that, like, my favorite movie of the year so far was going to be a period piece Southern vampire musical, I would have not believed you, but that's totally what this is.
Yeah. That's why I wasn't super excited to see it. I mean, because, a lot of the, like, black folks that I follow on Threads and stuff like that were really praising it so heavily. That's when I really kind of started to pay attention. And then the horror community embraced it, and I was like, okay. And then the black horror community embraced it, and I'm like, all right, and then people I knew started seeing it and was like, all right, god damn it. And like, I knew I was going to see it, but I wasn't expecting to like it. And I didn't think I was going to hate it, because the reviews right away sounded good, but it appeals to a mass audience. But this is one of those movies that does, it's like a Hollywood magic film. It's one of those movies that appeals to a mass audience, but it appeals to other people as well. And it's very much a black film, but there's no reason why a white audience wouldn't enjoy this film unless they were just raging racists, I guess. It has that power to it, which makes sense. I mean, the guy made Black Panther. He knows how to make a mass appeal film. But this film is, it's going to be, whether or not it wins a bunch of Oscars, I would be surprised if it didn't win any. But it's kind of a transformational film, and it's definitely, the high point of this massive insurgence of or resurgence or surge of black horror that has been around for a long time in cinema, which hasn't really been around that long. But but that representation has really grown in the last few years, and there's been great stuff. And this movie is pretty much right at the top of that. It's right there at the top of any horror film, especially for the year. I still think Bring Her Back was better, personally, and I would pick Weapons after that. But and it's exactly because of the reasons that I didn't think I would like it, because it's a musical, because it's so message heavy and leans into that message. But it's like there were points in this movie, this is where I start diverging, but there were points in this movie where I felt like the whole like, hey man, this is our juke joint, man. Like, it's like, okay, all right. Like, why does everything is so symbolic and so densely laden with meaning? But then I would have to pull back and say, also, you're a middle-aged white man. So while Ryan Coogler is probably happy you're enjoying his film, he also doesn't give a shit about your opinion because it doesn't matter that much. It's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess there's that. But just from a movie fan, that would be, it's like, but that's not, it doesn't take away from the film. It's just that, for me, it's just that I really, really liked Bring Her Back so much. And I really, really liked Weapons. Those are two of my favorite all-time horror films. Sinners, I think, was excellent. It's a great film. I'm trying to get my wife to watch it because she doesn't like horror films, but I'll keep telling her, you're going to love this movie. So it's that kind of a movie, which I think is awesome. It's just that I don't gravitate towards big crowd-pleasing movies generally. I'll watch them. I love a lot of them, but they're not my favorite thing. So that's why I wouldn't pick it as my favorite film of the year. But if those two hadn't come out, then this movie would have blown anything else out that I saw the rest of the year that was new. I don't think I saw a whole bunch of new. I saw 28 Years Later. It was okay, but there's no way it was better than Sinners.
No.
Or Weapons and Bring Her Back. But I mean, for me, those were my first two movies. But is Sinners your favorite movie for the year, the horror film?
I mean, now that you remind me that, Bring Her Back and Weapons are movies, I don't know. I mean
in this
world, my favorite movie that I've watched this year.
Yeah. In this world that, like the horrible climate that we live in, literally and figuratively, I mean, there is something to be said for a movie that ultimately has an uplifting message, and a strong message, particularly in horror, because those two films certainly don't. And I love that, but that's something I would definitely give Sinners an edge. That there's this idea of, I mean, now more than ever, we need to kind of rely on that sense of community and the power of a family history. Guys like me, the power of my family history is pretty watered down. I mean, my father's pretty isolated from me as far as emotionally, so I know a lot about my family, but it wasn't something that he would tell me about as if it connected me to these people. They were just stories he would tell. And I know a lot of stuff about my mother's family, but again, we didn't really know many of these people. We just heard little bits about them and stuff. We've always been kind of an independent family. So, for me, this family history thing doesn't really exist because I don't really have much of one that I'm aware. I mean, I have one. I just don't know about it, So, my brother's, who is adopted, his response to that has always been to gravitate towards larger families. Like his best friends were a big family that we knew, a big Italian-American family, and he used to spend more time over there than he did with us. I'm friends with the family too. They're great people. But I didn't have that need. Like when I went over to their house, I always felt overwhelmed. I was like, why are there so many fucking people in this house? It's like a goddamn circus in here. My brother's reaction was like, I'll be over there, we're going to eat dinner, and then we'll probably go watch a movie or something. And I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever. So for me, like, I have this weird distrust of big families, big families that get together, and there's always like the one guy that's a prick and everybody tolerates him. And I'm like, why are you inviting this vampire that's like emotional vampire into your fucking house to suck all the life out of this supposed to be a celebratory, like, you have the power to tell that person he's not welcome and he can't come in if you don't invite him. So that metaphor is kind of real.
Oh, nice.
So I can, that I can appreciate very much. But just as far as my personal taste, I mean, movie making, certainly the technical aspect of that film is way superior to Bring Her Back and Weapons. I mean, the people that he's got on the cast and crew on that film are the best in the business. I mean, it was a beautiful film. and the music was insane. I mean, it was just so well done and well thought out and everything, and very well executed. I mean, the whole movie feels like the whole thing is like a dance almost, because it's just so, every shot is so perfectly choreographed and thought out. But it has a natural flow to it, even scenes that are literally choreographed, where they're like dancing and people have to be in a certain position or whatever. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty impressive piece of movie making for sure.
Yeah, and it's like all the way, like you mentioned, like it's all the way Hollywood grade, like public consumption, mainstream audience stuff, but then you've got all of these like great little horror movie things in there. It one of the things that does bother me about the movie at times is there's like a little bit of dissonance in tone, because you do have these moments where there's just these like really sincere small interpersonal scenes, but then also we elevate back out to these big mythologue pieces, but then also like you're doing like this type of feeling, but then it switches over here, and then there's a scene where he's just machine gunning and hand grenading Klansmen, which felt completely out of touch with the rest of the movie until you accept it and you're like, oh, we're having a fun like Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino moment. And it's
cathartic.
Super gratifying. Yeah, exactly.
Imagine being like a young, poor black kid who, they either don't notice you in public or they treat you like garbage. And then you get to see this guy just take all the boundaries down and just blow. It's like it could be incredibly. That was cathartic for me, and I don't like the Klan, but they're not coming after me. Yeah, it was like, yeah, those kinds of things. It's I have to just keep in mind that that kind of stuff has just got to be so fucking great for some people that. Like, as great as it was for me, it must be like 10 times greater for them to see that. Just be like, yes! Just blowing them all away.
Oh, yeah. And then it's also like a fun, like, racism trap, because I haven't confirmed it, but there are white people out there that are just like, I don't think they should, like, this seems pretty bad. They're showing a black man just gunning down a bunch of white people. It's like, no. You've got this mixed up.
No kidding. That movie was too woke.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I've described this movie to the love of my life. Is it is a sexy woke vampire musical.
Excellent.
I mean,
it is.
There is a lot of discussion and depiction of cunnilingus in this film.
Yeah, it's a big part of this movie, and I'm glad.
Yeah. And that's another thing, too, is like, after the first time I watched it, I was like, it feels like maybe a little bit sexist. Like, the female characters in here are a little bit, like, unimportant or whatever. And then I watched it again, like, especially, I watched it on the big screen where you can, like, see everything, and, like, these women are, like, all portrayed as these, like, people of immense personal power and gravity. Annie does this thing where, like, whenever she starts talking about magic, the room around her starts to get a little bit, like, not right, and you're, like, zoomed in on, like, how bigger she is than the world around her, and it gives that little magic spark to things. It's tremendous. Same thing with Mary and Pearline. Like, you have these three incredibly strong female characters that just eat up the entire scene. They have a lot of personal agency. The story isn't about them, but they play these massive, important roles in everything.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they all get turned into vampires, which is it's like one of the things that is hard for me. It's like, I wonder how works for a director where, you've got this juke joint full of people who are just having a great time for the most part and just going crazy, having party, and then you're going to kill most of them. It's like, you don't have to because you can do whatever you want with your movie, but that's what makes the movie what it is. And it's just kind of like, well, that's the reality though, is that these people could be killed at any time for doing literally nothing except having a good time, so
yeah,
it's like, yeah, well, that's that tension or whatever, or that complete like void of future is very real. So it's like, that's kind of, that's what he's putting in there. And I think it's got to be really tough for a filmmaker to do that, because you kind of love those characters. So it's like, well, now I have to do this horrible thing to this character who will forever be turned into a vampire and then get torched by the sun in about 2 hours. It's like,
yeah.
Like Cornbread. That guy's awesome.
I loved Cornbread. Oh man! And then he had like the hole out of the side of his mouth, and was just is so good.
I saw somebody had posted online. They had gone to some exhibit that it was that had like costumes and some of the prosthetics that were used in Sinners, and they had the facial prosthetic for Cornbread, and just it was even worse than I remembered. Like, the whole side of his face looks like someone just took a meat hook and just clawed it across. It was just gaping open.
So good. So good. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's not all the way a horror movie. It's not a horror movie in, like, you probably wouldn't put it in the horror section of a video store.
Yeah.
But the horror elements in there are just so fucking good. Like, the, Remic's claws that, like, come out, like, peel back his finger skin, and his claws are just all the way out. That is so good. He's, like, way the best vampire ever.
Oh, the makeup effects of that film are fantastic. Like, they didn't just say, well, we'll just get some vampires, give them some fangs, it'll be fine. Like, they really put a lot of thought into how they wanted them to look and how the gore effects would look, and how creepy they are. I mean, that whole when they show up at the door, like the menace is pretty real. So like,
oh yeah,
these people are bad. And then when they do their little song, and it's like, it's good, but it's so white, and like the people inside the door are just kind of like, we're not inviting you in.
I like that Stack is like bobbing his head along with it. He's like, oh yeah, and you're like, yeah, it is good, but there's obviously something wrong, and that's what really nailed it in that scene. Is they're saying the right things mostly, but there's this weird icky layer of complete disingenuousness. Like they're being polite and they're being courteous, but you can tell it's not real. And they even talk about it. They're like, it's white people at night. Of course it's gonna be creepy. They're creepy fuckers.
That's just picture perfect, like right on the fucking money.
I mean, if I see a white person coming towards me and it's nighttime, I'm scared. Like, shit, what are they about to do?
They start very joyously playing banjos, and then I know I'm in big trouble.
And then the song "Pick Poor Robin Clean," it's great. It's so good. Yeah, because it's also like talking about like eating them and picking their body apart. So good.
It's perfect selection for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been listening to the soundtrack for this. Like, cool. I don't know for certain that it was one of the things that got an Academy Award, but it's got to be one of the things that got a nomination. It's so good. I am, like, over the pale, pale moon about this one. For me, it's a 666. I love everything about it. I'm gonna keep rewatching it and finding new things and being a total, like, weird white guy about it. I'm gonna go talk to everyone that I know that's black about this movie and just be real uncomfortable.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it had what was it? 16. Okay, so 16 nominations. Yeah.
Yeah.
Best Picture, Director, Actor, Supporting Actor, Actress, Screenplay, Score, and Original Song. That's just
Nice.
the top. Those are just the most notable ones. But yeah. Anyways, but I would be shocked if it didn't win any of them. But yes, 3 sixes, of course. I mean, how can I not? How can I not? That would be ridiculous. I mean, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it doesn't fall short in any way. It surpassed my expectations, and it did everything that I wanted that film to do. And added to that on top of it. So I mean, it's an achievement. It's one of those kind of movies that kids will now will grow up and tell their kids like, oh, I know this looks kind of scary, but I saw this when I was a kid and it kind of changed my life. It's going to be one of those kind of movies. Like we were with whatever. So that and that's fantastic. I mean that's exactly what movies need. They don't need like the 80th sequel of something that looks good because it was expensive, but ultimately has nothing in it. Like, those are fine too, but that you're not going to miss it if it isn't there.
I mean, we need more Scream movies.
Oh, for sure. I mean, 7 is not nearly enough.
Insufficient Scream.
Yeah, we need at least 7 more for sure.
Oh, yeah, 777.
Oh, man, I mean, we need to have one where every cast member is Matthew Lillard, a la Sinners, except it's Matthew Lillard playing every role.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. Lillard Sinners.
Lily 7.
Yeah, Lillards. But also, for some reason, Dax Shepard is there, but he's playing another Lillard.
Dax Shepard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then David, what's his name?
Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle from Scream. He's going to be in there, too, playing Matthew Lillard.
Yes. I will watch this film.
I'm writing the screenplay as soon as we get off.
Nice. We like to get off, if you know what I mean.
Oh, shit.
So that's 666s for both of us. Speaking of watching movies, John, other than watching this movie and listening to terrible music, what kind of content have you been consuming, and what are your feelings on those kinds of content?
I somehow managed during all of this to get in a listen of American Prometheus, the Robert Oppenheimer book, which was like 18,000 hours or whatever. It's incredible. It's a great book. I mean, if you've seen the movie, then you pretty much know what's going on. But it's really, really good, and so I was happy to get through that because it was a big fucking book, like that history book that you're wading through, which is also a fine book.
I am loving that book. Like it's
great,
real great, and they haven't talked about that's why they voted for Trump yet. So I'm still happy.
Oh, don't worry, they got the whammy packed in there for the final chapter.
Oh man, no whammies.
You're like, what? I don't understand. Epilogue, and that's why we voted for Trump.
Oh.
You're like, God damn it, if I had just not seen that.
This is 40 hours later.
I have to rethink every word. Yeah, I listened to it, audiobook at work. And then I also cranked out, what was the other one I cranked out that was also very good? For some reason,
cranking out.
Oh man, I went back and I read it the first time, but this time I went back and listened to the Secret History from Donna Tartt, the Southern Gothic author. That's where I got the name for my son. Named him after one of the characters in that book just because I liked the name, and I was reading the book at the time when we found out she was going to have a boy. So I was like, well, that's actually a pretty good name. I'll go with that one. And then I listened to The Mountain in the Sea, which is a science fiction book by Ray Naylor. I forget what awards it won, but it's really good. It's about and it's only a mere 11 hours this time, but it's about this the scientists discover off the coast of Vietnam some sort of subspecies of octopus which turns out to be super intelligent and has like its own language and shit. And then of course there's these AIs that are, representative of like major fishing industries and major massive corporations that want to try to, get at these creatures. And so the creatures see them as a threat, and because they basically have some sort of a rival like hive mind, they're killing, people that get anywhere too close to them, because they see all people as a threat, because in their culture, if one of the octopuses was being murderous, then they all would be, because that's just how they operate. But it's a really good book. So I enjoyed the hell out of that one. And what else did I blast through? I think that was it. But anyways, as far as movies, excuse me, I just watched a couple, and the third one, well, I watched three, but the third one I think I'm gonna use. I watched a documentary about the crime and kind of the cultural atmosphere that inspired whatever the original story was called for The Wicker Man. Might have been The Wicker Man. I don't remember. I think it was based on a book, but it was pretty good. It was on Shudder. It was done, kind of. They used a bunch of old footage of news footage or clips from old movies, a lot of Hammer movies and stuff like that. And sometimes they didn't always, the clip didn't always fit with what the guy was saying, which was kind of funny. But overall, it was actually pretty good. It ends, I think there's a post-credit scene, or it's the very final scene or something. But the whole movie is kind of worth it just for that bit at the end, because I don't want to give it away because it's fucking amazing. But that movie was pretty good. And then I watched, on your recommendation, JD's Revenge, which was the blaxploitation quote-unquote horror movie with the straight razor attacking, which was that movie was amazing.
Oh man, and his hair. Oh, it hurt to see it.
Oh. I love that actor because he's so formal. Like he's kind of stiff, and when he tries to be like the cool, when he's being possessed by the cool bad guy, he's just so bad at it. It's great. He's just like, bitch, let me tell you, bitch, you shall honor me, bitch. It was like, jeez.
He's like, look how high my pants are.
I may weigh 35 pounds, bitch, but I'm still tough.
Look at how fast I am when you attack me. I fucking love that movie. That
movie is incredible.
Tippy top.
It was very, very good. Well,
hey, real quick though, what was the name of that documentary that you were talking about?
The Last Sacrifice.
The Last Sacrifice. All right, thank you.
Sorry, I forgot to mention that part.
You might have, and I just didn't hear.
Nice. I had read some things about it, and it looked pretty cool, and then popped up on Shudder, so it was like, done. And then it was good. I mean, it wasn't great, but it's definitely worth watching. But the final scene is, I mean, they should win an Oscar just for that, even though it's real. But it's fucking amazing.
Nice.
So how about yourself, sir? How about movies, books, music, whatever?
I've been continuing to listen to The Dawn of Everything. Tremendous book. Great. I've listened to it in, I want to say 4 different cars now. The first rental car, the second rental car, the old, almost dead Chevy HHR that we keep in the driveway just in case of emergency, and then the new vehicle that I paid for with the insurance proceeds from the death of my old vehicle, which is a 2023 Nissan Kicks. It has 122 horsepower, and it goes 0 to 60 in 10.7 seconds.
Hell yeah.
It is such a weird little vehicle to drive, but that's my life now.
And did you?
But yeah,
were you able to ascertain its 0 to 60 by running alongside it with a clock? You're like, hey, Melanie, you did it.
You did it! You merged onto the highway!
Well, I'm sure the gas mileage is probably kick ass.
Oh, yeah. I don't even need to use the speedometer or whatever it's called because, like, I am not speeding in that vehicle. So instead, I just look at the little thing that tells you what your miles per gallon is going. And I'm like, all right, we're going to keep this little guy above 33 the whole way there.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a wonky little car, but it's surprisingly comfortable and up off the ground, so that's good. Sound system is terrible, though, which is why it's a great car for audiobooks and not music.
Mine doesn't work at all, and I have no intention of fixing it because I don't even drive that much. But even if I did, I just use headphones. So
yeah. We traded in the Chevy HHR in getting this, and the Chevy HHR, the sound did work, but not on the driver's side.
yeah, I guess mine, I could say that it quote unquote worked, but you had to turn it up like almost all the way, and then it sounded like it was coming through a distortion pedal over a 1930s telephone. Like it was just like, Why does it only work that much and not just not at all? Like, what?
Yeah.
What is happening that causes it to only work this much?
Yeah. It's a great vehicle.
Oh, man.
But as far as movies are concerned, I watched Predator Badlands.
Oh, yeah.
Which, that was okay.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, that's better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's way too CGI. We spend a lot of time. So the Predator can do this thing with its cheeks where it goes, but it goes sideways instead of up and down, and we get a lot of that happening in this movie.
Why is that necessary?
I was
not ready for that at all.
It's just the guy's queefing constantly.
Oh my god.
It's way too much. I don't know. Because it's told from the perspective of the Predator. Like it's, we're following his adventure in this movie.
Okay.
It also is going way too hard in the paint on this is a crossover with Alien officially because it's got Wayland Yutani in there, and his best friend is a android with white milk blood, and it's like, okay,
sure,
yeah. And then I watched The Astronaut, starring, I forget if it's Rooney or Laura Mara.
Mara, why you bugging?
Yeah, Rooney Mara or Laura Mara. Mara. I hope it's Laura Mara.
Rama? Hari Rama?
Yeah, Hari Krishna. That's the one.
Oh, man. It was Kate Mara.
Kate Mara, the deficient Mara, not Rooney.
Lil Mara.
Yeah, Lil Laura Mara. That movie blows. It blows big, fat, stupid chunks.
Oh, well, damn.
Yeah. But Lawrence Fishburne is great in it.
Oh, some guy at work was asking me about that. He sends me movie clips all the time and says, what about this one? Does this look good or does it look like AI? And then I have to, is it AI or is it not AI? Because he doesn't understand how to search for something on the internet, apparently. Yeah. He sent me this and I took one look at it and went, that's AI.
Yeah, it very much gave written by AI feelings because it's I don't know if you want me to spoil it or not, but
please feel free.
So it's like a home invasion but aliens movie. She's an astronaut, she comes back to Earth, but a thing blew through her space pod and got on her, so she's infected. She's starting to grow weird crystals on her. They put her in a fancy house that is the government uses for people that assassins might come after or whatever. Anyway, then aliens are in the woods and are coming to get her, and she's like trying to shut the house down because it's also like an enormous militarized panic room. And then at the end, it turns out that she is one of the aliens and they're just coming back to get her. And it's real bad.
Yeah, I remember watching the trailer for that and thinking, nope. And then apparently immediately forgetting about it.
Yeah, I probably should have watched the trailer. I was just like, oh, look, it's Rooney Mara. I like her. And then the movie, it turns out, catfished me on Mara's and was a total turd piece.
Turd piece. It's like a cod piece, but for the back.
Yeah, a reverse cod piece. A dock piece.
Oh, shit.
Speaking of a cod piece for the back, I didn't rewatch The Pit, but I give it 2 6s.
I watched the TV series The Pit. Does that count?
Oh, yeah.
I gave that 3 6s. Man, that show is good. But no, I didn't rewatch The Pit. I've been a little overwhelmed lately, which sucks because I did want to go back and watch it and then talk about how stupid it is, but how much I love it.
Yeah,
I'll give it a 6-6. It's ridiculously stupid, but from what I remember, ridiculously stupid but extremely entertaining. It's definitely a classic. It's a cult classic for a good reason because that movie is bonkers. That kid is
there's
so weird.
He's so weird, and he stares at her tits, and he has a demon-possessed teddy bear, and also finds, like, primordial monsters in the ground. What an amazing kid.
Oh, just the best. That movie is a one-of-a-kind, for sure.
Yeah. One of a
Good
Canadian kind.
Oh, one of a Canadian.
Ooh, one of a Canadian. I don't know. So that's 6 6s from both of us. 2 weeks from now, we won't have rewatched Basket Case 2.
Oh, God, yes, you're probably right about that.
Yeah. But John, what will we have watched?
Oh, that's an interesting segue. So, by the way, today, my for those who don't know, my son is a employee of Panera Sanguiche. So he invited us over today, and we went over there to go eat. We were hanging out, and this guy comes up behind us, and we were just finishing giving our order. The guy comes up behind us and is like, I think I'm just going to get, and my son's like, you're going to have to wait until I'm done with them. And then he looks down at the register, and of course, here goes another one of those things where nobody can see but you, but he goes, yeah. And he makes this gesture like, you fucking idiot. Like, I'm like, oh man, I love my son.
Oh man, he's a cashier at a restaurant that has a cashier with attitude. That is so very Jules.
It's fantastic. But anyways, so back to my recommendation. I just mentioned this guy that I work with who sends me movie trailers all the time. He also bombards me with he'll send me albums that he thinks I might like, or movies that he thinks I should see, or documentaries on YouTube about classic rock bands that I might like to watch. And usually it's stuff that I do want to check out, but I can't keep up with the amount. It's just ridiculous. And so anyways, he's been asking me for a long time about whether or not I've seen this movie that I'm about to mention. And usually what happens is I'll just break down and watch one of these movies, and that'll wipe out like 4 or 5 more, because he'll forget about those and then narrow in on another movie that he needs me to see really badly. So this was the latest one. And I figured, in light of what we just watched, why not flip it around into something that pretty much has possibly no budget? I feel like they maybe had to pay someone else to make this movie, because it is very low budget. But somehow they managed to get Michael Rooker and Larry Fessenden Even
Oh.
though I never see him in the movie. I don't know where the hell he is in the movie, but I didn't see him, nor did my coworker, but apparently he's in there.
Oh.
And a one Miss Blanche Baker, whose face was driving me crazy throughout the movie, and then I discovered that it was because she's the girl in the movie 16 Candles that gets married. And that's the last I ever remember seeing her. That would have been in the 80s. And then she comes back to make, wait for it, 2012's Hypothermia by James Felix McKinney.
Oh, and that's the one where they're at like a cold station and then there's like blood everywhere or something?
They're in, I forget the state, Minnesota or something like that. They're a family that goes there every winter to go ice fishing in their winter cabin and or winter rental or whatever. And there's some kind of creature that shows up under the ice that is killing people. And
oh no, I have not seen this.
it is terrible, and the actors are spoiled because their performances are just awful. And I mean, it's not even that great of an idea, but they go ahead and ruined it anyway. And then the best part of all is the costume of the creature.
Oh,
It
this
is-
looks amazing.
The creature's costume may be the single worst costume of any film in all time. And yes, I am including things like Night of the Shrews or Attack of the Killer Shrews or whatever that would be, where they took dogs and strapped hairy, weird costumes over their backs and had them run around.
Oh man, this looks tremendous. I am super excited about this.
I mean, it's kind of awesome because it's very much meant to be a schlocky creature feature, and it is. But it's just terrible. It's a very much a Loathsome Things movie for sure.
Nice. It really helps because I didn't know. Whenever you said Michael Rooker, I was like, I know that name, but I can't put a face to it. Now, seeing the face to it, hell yes. I am 100% into it.
Yeah, I mean, given that we had already talked about what's his nuts, that Norman Reedus, who plays his brother on Night of the Walking Dead, why not go with Michael Rooker? Because he died so soon in Walking Dead, so why not give him a starring role in a little creature feature by the name of Hypothermia?
Nice. We haven't seen him since Slither, and he is amazing.
He is amazing. He sucks so much ass in this movie, and it's not even his fault. He's Michael Rookering, but they give him nothing to Michael Rooker about. So it's like,
no.
You know how every great Michael Rooker role basically consists of, pretty much every Michael Rooker role, period, consists of, oh, look, he's nice but kind of weird. Oh, wait a minute, he's a raging psychopath.
Yeah.
He doesn't make the leap in this movie. He remains, nice but kind of weird for an entire movie. And he's completely wasted. But it's kind of part of the charm of this terrible film.
Wow. I look so unforward to that.
It's on Tubi, so you can watch it for free. Just have to wait every 3 minutes while you wade through the most absurd right-wing commercials you've ever seen in your life.
Man, they are really, really something this year. They're like, Greg Abbott likes me because the border and Donald Trump.
This guy sucks more toilet water off the bottom of Trump's ball sack than anyone else.
That guy's not really a Republican. Fuck him. Don't vote for him. He's not real.
This man has won Trump's turd eating contest for the 30th year in a row.
Oh, man. Just look at his tongue and how orange it is. That's from sucking Don's tank constantly.
This guy has won the Nubathon 10 years running. I don't know what the Nubathon is.
Man, I don't want to find out.
I mean, it's
Nubathon.
just Nubathon. It's like the same fucking commercial over and over. Every 3 minutes or so, you get another commercial break, and it's that shit. Sometimes back to back. That's my favorite. John Cornyn has done more to polish the nutsack of Donald Trump than any other sycophantic lowlife scumbag.
Oh man, I never thought there would come an election where I hope John Cornyn gets the nomination.
God, no kidding. Jesus Christ.
There is that other guy, the other one. I don't remember his name. The one that's obviously not gonna win. I hope he wins, for real, but...
The lefty, you mean? The James Tallarico?
No, on the Republican side. There's Cornyn v. Paxton, and then there's this third guy.
Oh.
I hope he wins.
Oh, he's like Peg-Leg McCoy with one eye and one eyebrow who dances in the moonlight naked.
Yeah,
that guy.
It's Our Patagonia.
Flapjacks McGillicuddy.
Yeah, they call him Splinter Toes.
He can poop out of any orifice, and he loves Donald Trump.
He can breathe through his ears.
His flesh is made of Play-Doh.
He's lost all of his feet.
He has 9 toes on one hand.
Oh, that's the Nubathon right there.
Totally voting for Flapjacks.
Oh yeah, good old toe hands. You should hear him play the bass.
Flapjacks McGillicuddy, that's him.
So join us in 2 weeks whenever we do whatever that was.
Yeah, join us in 2 weeks where we celebrate the life and career of Flapjacks McGillicuddy.
Flapjacks McGillicuddy. I would go to that restaurant. Like, if it was like an IHOP but drive-through.
Yeah.
If
it was a pancake buffet.
Oh, yeah. I'll take the half stack.
Is your mic like half going out or something? Sometimes it sounds fine.
Yeah, that's this stupid earbud set that I have. Like, if I turn my head the wrong direction, you can't hear me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, as long as your mic's picking it up, then who cares?
Yeah. Can you hear all of the construction going on directly behind me?
Oddly enough, no, I cannot. Are they working on your new house?
No, they're working on my next-door neighbor's new house.
Oh, even better. So you guys are all in now. How's that going? Oh, I'm sorry you all have to die this real quick, or?